Hi, I'm Melinda Goodwin. I am a real estate agent here in St. George, Utah. I do daily videos here on YouTube to teach luxury real estate agents or real estate agents in general how to market their listings and how to market themselves. The purpose of this is to, one, get those listings sold, two, double side because I'm actually teaching you how to actively look for a buyer, and three, get those listings sold. So I want to come in today with a little bit of a different topic. It's not necessarily marketing, but it really does define how your system works. I was in a networking meeting today. I guess it would be really more of a mastermind meeting today, and we talked about, can you do it all by yourself? Or is it better for you to have a team? Have some individuals that are really cheering for you on the sidelines and doing things that maybe you're just not great at doing, but they are. And I got to thinking about that, and I thought the reality is, if you're going to be very, very successful in real estate, it's probably best you have a team. And when we're looking at teams in real estate, it's not necessarily a buying agent and a selling agent and a secretary and a transaction coordinator. I mean, those are the things that we think about. I'm thinking bigger than that. Bigger than just those defined roles. I talked to Josh Altman once and Heather, his girlfriend in LA, and I asked him about his TV show and what he had suggested, because at the time I was producing and writing a TV show myself. And he said, Melinda, it was the very, very best thing I could have ever done for my career. But Heather interjected and said, Melinda, to be honest with you, there's no way Josh could do this without a team. So let's think about that for a minute. If I was to do a team, which, I talk about doing a focus group all the time, why couldn't I consider them as part of my team? Have some trusted advisors, right? I would have a title guy, a loan guy, maybe one or two, or gal. Sorry, I don't mean to say guy or gal, but a title person, a loan person, an individual, maybe a retired person, depending on my niche, right? If I'm going after engineers for this particular marketing program, I might have a retired engineer. Or who else could I have? I could have, a buyer's agent, a listing agent, an assistant, a transaction coordinator. I mean, think about that. Think of who your team is. This mastermind group that I go to actually is comprised of other business owners in town, and we kind of shoot ideas back and forth. It's almost like my own little boardroom, and I really, really enjoy that. I would probably consider them part of my team too. Because if I have something that is specific need, I can go to them and ask them what their opinions are, or if they've ever had that need, and able to, discuss or kind of banter back and forth some ideas. So I would consider them part of my team. So with that said, what are their capabilities, right? A title person maybe can bring in addresses, or can do title searches on primary residence versus secondary residence, or do last purchases in the last 7 years or 7 years ago, or bring all those addresses and stuff to the table. A loan person, their capabilities would be more on the lines of, what kind of programs can we offer for this specific marketing plan? And is it a jumbo loan? Is it an investment? Is it interest only? Is it short term? That sort of thing. My buyer's agent, my listing agent, those are invaluable if you have one. So that could be, a good resource. So I really want you, as you're doing your yearly plan, to kind of come up with team members. Maybe you don't have a team member right this minute, but in the future, what do you want your team to look like? What's your ideal team? Because we have to make sure that we're doing a great job for our customers, right? But we also need to make sure we're doing ourselves justice. And I think having help really does do that for us. Now, always remember that when you have changes in a team situation, that it's really about making them feel like they have personal ownership, and their ideas or their experiences matter, right? So always bring in somebody that you trust, who you know will be confidential, but also bring in somebody that has innovative ideas that maybe you've never even thought of, that you're willing to just listen to and give it a shot. You just never know. And people will execute your plan, and they'll be a part of that team as long as they believe in you. And they believe in your service, and they believe in what you're trying to do. And that's the big thing, right? We're always out there trying to sell ourselves, and that's really where it is. Do people believe in me? Do people understand me and get the idea and want to help me succeed? And if they do, I'm bringing them on. I'm asking their advice. I'm learning from their mistakes, right? Absolutely. Absolutely. So think about that in your yearly goals. It's not just about the money. It's not just about the transaction numbers. It's about, where do I want my business to be? What do I want my team to look like? Who are my best players that can help me grow, right? And that's part of the New Year's resolution as well. Okay? So we'll see you tomorrow. We're going to look at projecting expenses and sales. See you tomorrow.